You're asleep, deeply, completely asleep. Then, without warning, your brain wakes up, but your body doesn't. You can't move your arms, you can't move your legs. You try to scream, no sound comes out. And somewhere in that dark room, you're certain something else is there with you. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's happening in your brain during this, and there's a second, far stranger version of it we're saving for the end. One that has nothing to do with being unable to move at all. This has a real clinical name: sleep paralysis. Your mind fully awake, while your body simply will not move. And it is far more common than you'd guess. Research suggests a meaningful share of people experience it at least once in their life. A lot of people who go through this walk away completely convinced they saw a demon, an evil spirit, or something that shouldn't exist. It's such a specific, universal experience that entire belief systems have formed around it. Today, we're not doing any of that. No demons, ghosts, or alien abductions. We're covering what's actually happening in your brainstem during this, where the word nightmare itself literally comes from, and why cultures on opposite sides of the planet with zero contact with each other all invented almost the exact same explanation for it. Stick around to the end. There's a completely different sleep glitch that sounds even more unbelievable than this one, and it's just as real. Here's the first thing worth knowing. Your body does this to you on purpose, just usually not while you're conscious for it. Every time you enter REM sleep, the stage where most vivid dreaming happens, your brain deliberately paralyzes your major muscles. Doctors call this REM atonia. Specific circuits in your brainstem release chemicals that switch off voluntary movement almost completely. It exists for a very good reason. Without it, you would physically act out your dreams, thrashing, running, swinging every single night. Which, by the way, actually happens to a small number of people. The same system genuinely fails, and they act out their dreams for real. So sleep paralysis works the opposite way. It happens when your mind wakes up before your body's paralysis switch has been turned back off. The system doing exactly what it's designed to do, just a few seconds out of sync. And it can happen at either end of that switch, right as you're drifting off, or right as you're surfacing out of sleep in the morning. Same mismatch, just caught at a different moment. So for a few seconds, sometimes longer, your brain is fully conscious, and your body is still following instructions from a system that hasn't caught up. Being aware but unable to move is only half of it. The same brain chemistry behind dreaming often stays partially active too, so your awake brain starts layering dreamlike content onto the real room around you. That's why it feels so real, not imagined. And that layer isn't always visual. For a lot of people, it's physical instead. Pressure on the chest, or the feeling of being grabbed from behind. Same mechanism, different sense. Here's something that connects this directly to history, and it's not what most people expect. The word nightmare doesn't originally mean a bad dream at all. In Old English and Old Germanic folklore, a mare was a supernatural being believed to sit on a sleeping person's chest at night, causing this exact sensation: frozen, crushed, unable to move or cry out. And it's not just an English idea. In Newfoundland, it's called the Old Hag. In Japan, it's kanashibari, literally bound by metal. In China, it's described as a ghost pressing on the bed. In Turkey, it's karabasan, the dark presser. Medieval Europe called it the incubus, Latin for the one who lies upon you. Different centuries, different continents, zero contact with each other. And almost every culture independently invented some version of the same story. Someone sitting on your chest while you're frozen. That's not a coincidence. That's a strong clue that whatever causes this is baked into how human brains are wired, not a story any single culture invented and spread. So why does it feel like someone's actually there? Why not something completely random? One leading psychological explanation involves your brain's threat detection system. The same network that's constantly, automatically scanning your environment for danger, even while you sleep. During sleep paralysis, that system is picking up a genuine, urgent signal. Your body isn't responding to commands. Something is clearly, seriously wrong. But your brain doesn't have an obvious explanation ready. So in that gap, it often generates one. And that explanation doesn't always take the same shape. Sometimes you sense or see someone there. Sometimes, like the grip some people feel across their chest or shoulders, it's something your body feels instead. Same misfire, different sense. Your brain reaching for whatever explanation lands first. It's not a hallucination for no reason. It's your threat system trying to explain a genuinely alarming signal in real time with incomplete information. And that's the actual answer to the history question from earlier. Every human brain runs the same threat detection guesswork, wired the same way, regardless of century or continent, which is exactly why people who never read each other's folklore, who never spoke the same language, kept independently describing the exact same thing. Someone sitting on their chest, unable to move. Not a shared myth, a shared brain. A few things make this more likely. Irregular sleep schedules, sleep deprivation, high stress, and specifically, sleeping on your back, which research has linked to higher rates than sleeping on your side. For the overwhelming majority of people, this is occasional, unpleasant, and completely harmless. One fair, honest note. Very frequent episodes, especially alongside extreme daytime sleepiness or sudden muscle weakness when laughing or startled, can sometimes be linked to narcolepsy, a real neurological sleep disorder. That's not meant to alarm you. It's meant to be accurate. If that combination sounds familiar, it's worth mentioning to a doctor. Either way, here's what actually helps in the moment. Sleep researchers have found two things that actually help in the moment. First, don't fight to move your whole body at once. That rarely works and tends to increase panic. Instead, try to move one small, specific thing, a single finger or your tongue. Small, localized movements often break the paralysis faster than a full-body struggle. Second, slow, controlled breathing. Panic appears to intensify the hallucinations, so calm, deliberate breaths can genuinely help shorten how frightening the experience feels, even before it ends. One more question people always ask. Should you fight to wake up completely, or just let yourself drift back to sleep? Honestly, either works. What actually ends it is your body catching up, not which direction you push. Pick whichever feels less panicked in the moment. You're not fighting someone in the room, you're waiting out a chemical switch that's a few seconds behind schedule. And if you want fewer episodes overall, it comes back to those same risk factors from earlier. A consistent sleep schedule, enough total sleep, lower stress where you can manage it, and, if possible, avoiding falling asleep flat on your back. Now here's what we saved for last, because this one sounds fictional, and it's completely real. It's called exploding head syndrome, and despite the name, it's completely painless. People experiencing it perceive a sudden, extremely loud sound, a bang, an explosion, a gunshot, right at the moment of falling asleep or waking up. No actual sound occurs. Nothing in the room made any noise at all. It's a real, documented sleep phenomenon. And for most people who experience it, it's harmless, just startling. Researchers believe it may happen when the brain's transition into sleep briefly misfires in the auditory system, the same general category of glitch as sleep paralysis. Your brain's sleep-wake switching system firing slightly out of sync, just landing in a completely different sense. Same broken handoff between sleeping and waking. Two completely different, equally strange results. So here's what's actually happening the next time this hits you. Nobody sat on your chest. Nothing was in the room. Your brain woke up a few seconds ahead of your body's paralysis switch, tried to explain a genuinely alarming signal with the fastest story it could generate. And for a few seconds, that story felt more real than your actual bedroom. Tell me, have you experienced this yourself, or exploding head syndrome? And if you have, did it happen when you were exhausted, stressed, or sleeping on your back? This is just one glitch in how your mind works. There are plenty more coming in future videos. Subscribe to catch them.